Let's talk about Sprint and T-Mobile, because the two companies are now really on the verge of getting this deal done, a deal that was announced almost 2 years ago in late April. It was of 2018. They are now targeting April 1st, perhaps, as the date at which they're going to be able to close the transaction. Remember, of course, we got the all-important judgment from Judge Marrero early last week that allowed the deal to continue to move forward, saying to the state AGs, no, you don't have a case. I believe that these two companies will be pro-competitive in getting together. And yesterday, we can tell you as well, of course, it's been reported that they agreed to a new deal. Remember, I've been saying for months to expect once and if they got the approval from Judge Marrero, or he ruled in their favor, that T-Mobile and its parent Deutsche Telekom would be pushing for a reduction in the price. That happened. It wasn't particularly onerous, and it is being borne entirely by SoftBank, which is interesting here. Remember, SoftBank owns, 83% or so, somewhere in there, of Sprint shares. The remainder is, of course, public. The public shareholders will continue to get the same ratio, 9.75 Sprint shares for each share of T-Mobile. But the effective ratio for SoftBank will be about 11.31. So it'll bring the overall number to 11, but they're taking all the hit in terms of at least a reduction. It amounts to about 48.8 million shares that will be surrendered by SoftBank, essentially. They do have a provision in this that says if T-Mobile shares maintain a certain price after the deal, and this will be measured sometime after, they actually will have a make good and get those shares back in the combined company. But what it really does, in effect, is allow the deal to happen. Now, we're still waiting for the California Public Utility Commission to rule. I am told they're going to wait. They're going to try to wait. They're not going to close it in the face of awaiting still a ruling from the PUC in California. That's about it. That's about all that stands in the way at this point. The renegotiation is done. April 1 is the target date. And guys, then we'll really be talking about a significant change in the wireless market in this country, what the competitive effects will be. Dish will be off to the races, of course, in its efforts to become a real player nationally in wireless. Right. So many different things. But this was the final key hurdle, perhaps, California PUC notwithstanding.
Let me ask you a question. I spoke at length with Dan Hesse,
former CEO of Sprint.
Of whom, by the way, John Legend, protege. Why is he not getting any credit for saving this company? Why do we not hear it? He saved Sprint.
To Dan Hesse?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
But there's not a plaque. There's nothing.
Well, was it really saved?
Yes, it was at $2. He came on Mad Money.
Yeah.
I said, this company's going bankrupt.
Oh, this is years ago you're talking about.
You're going to $2. You're going to file for bankruptcy. And he said, absolutely not.
Right.
This company is a buy. The shares are a buy. Why does he not get any credit?
Well, you're giving him credit right now.
That's all I wanted to do.
Okay.
Okay? I just wanted to do that because look at what was kind of five-bagger, if you listen to Dan Hesse.
At that point, now how many years ago was that? That's a long time.
It was done the same weekend that AT&T made the hostile.
Right. For T-Mobile.
For T-Mobile.